Okay. Being that it's 7 o'clock, we're gonna call this town board meeting to order. There are fire exits outside there at each end of the hallway, and there's a defibrillator across the hall if one is needed. We're gonna start with the pledge of allegiance to the flag and a moment of silence for all deceased residents of Hammond. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm gonna see if our Reverend, give him a couple more minutes, see if he shows up, but we will start then with the roll call, please.
Bartlett.
Here.
Ready?
Here.
Hopewell. Here. Yeager.
Here.
Haas.
Here. At this time, we'll do the public forum. If anybody is out in the audience that wishes to address the board, please address the board as a whole. Please try to keep your comments down to 5 minutes. The board may or may not answer you back. Is there anybody out there? Oh, and state your name and address if anyone wants to speak. Is there anybody in the audience who would like to speak? Seeing that there is no one, we will close the public forum. Requesting town board resolution to approve the regular town board meeting minutes of March 25th, 2026.
Second, before, I just want to have a discussion on your email, give the summary part of that. Are we going to go back to the old way, or?
I like the old way better.
I do too.
We're talking about, I did minutes in a summary or more like transcript with more detail.
Like an AI summary,
Yeah,
and it was very vague.
I like the detail better, but I was crunched for time with grand jury and everything. We had to get them out there, so it was a quick way to do it. So in the future,
Did you put the voting in? Did you make amendments to put, like, I don't think it, I think it, councilperson Volko, you only had it voting once. Did you change or redo the minutes to AI didn't show her voting at all in that meeting
for all the resolutions,
for all the resolutions.
okay, I will double check on that.
Okay, I think they missed,
Probably because you've done from the previous meeting, they wasn't there.
I think it's missed
Yeah.
Mr. Hurlbut's one vote or whatever during that meeting.
Yeah, there was a lot of,
Because she
there was a lot of
abstained
very
for,
vague.
There was some vague stuff, but as long as a vote, because we actually cast votes to approve the resolution, so I just wanted to get that done.
I'll double check the resolutions. and
I
make
just
sure.
want to clarify before we get.
I like the detail.
Yeah.
It's easier to know down the line.
Right.
6 months from now, what we were talking about. But thank you for letting me try it at least once.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
Now we know.
Until you tried, you don't know.
Right. Oh, Robot,
Yes.
right,
Yes.
Vogel, Yeager.
Yes.
Haas.
Yes, as long as you go back and do the vote.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, requesting town board resolution to approve the payment of bills from the respective funds. So moved.
Robot,
Yes.
right,
Yes.
Vogel, Yeager.
Yeah.
Haas.
Yes. Supervisor's monthly report acknowledging bios.
Have it.
Requesting town board resolution for the following budget transfer. From the general account 1990.4 contingent to account 8752.40 history property contractual. About $5,850. That is the extras, just to explain, that's the extras. Like we had to paint one room. The different tiles we went to were more expensive and stuff, so it was above the ARPA funds. So that's
Second.
Robot,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Volkel,
Yes.
Jaeger,
Yes.
Paz.
Yes. Requesting town board resolution to make the following budget amendments. Library L 2770.41, library grants. Refunds miscellaneous, $6,555.93. Increased expense account L 7410.424. RPL fund, $6,555.93. Before we go, that's that special account, right? Okay. It's a special account that we get, people donate to, that we, and then we just have to spend it.
So. Second.
Robot,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Volkel, Jaeger,
Yes.
Paz.
Yes. Requesting town board resolution to make the following budget amendments for the use of ARPA money. Increased revenue account A 0599.00, fund balance $16,200. Increased expense account A 7520.40, history property contractual $16,200.
Robot,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Volkel, Jaeger.
Yes.
Paz.
Yes. And with that, with this, that was the last piece of that ARPA from 2-3 years ago. The old ARPA. So it's done. Yep, yep, so it's done now. That was the last piece of it. Okay, requesting town board resolution to allow the recreation department to spend $1,622.50 on new cabinets to replace the ones damaged because of the breaking of the lodge. Anything you want to say or no?
They're just the toy cabinets, they're just, Steve got them back in a shape, but little nuts and bolts and things are falling apart, and I just picture a kid going to grab something out of them and then crumbling on them, and I don't want to be replaced. That'll be
Because of
horrible.
the damage that was.
Yeah, because they were cold-hearted too, and then bent back in shape, so.
I've been
Structurally-
so we can-
Structurally, I don't know how sound they are to begin with, and then you mess with the integrity of them.
If we could recoup some of that through.
We will have to, besides our insurance, once we get exactly what the cost of everything does, I will talk to the courts. And Joel was coaching me a little bit on that tonight about restitution and stuff. So I will talk to the courts after we get the whole list of whatever it costs. And see if we can get some of that back.
Absolutely.
Does the insurance?
The insurance would cover it, yes, but since we caught the people and stuff,
I'm sure there's a deductible.
yeah, can we get some of that back through the courts? I don't know, but that's what I'll talk to the courts when we get that. And all the prices and the final list.
It makes sense to do this now, because the kids
Right,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
So move. Second.
Robot,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Volkel, Jaeger,
Yes.
Paz.
Yes. Is there any other resolutions right now? I mean, we may have something later on for the town hall cameras or whatever, but we gotta talk about it first before I write anything up. All right, seeing that there is no more, let's go into reports.
Okay.
Person you make.
So zoning, we had nothing for that. The seniors had their last outing. They had 88 people present, so that's pretty good. I just want me to read the dog report. I don't. I can.
If you want to, you can.
Sure.
You're not even the
No.
I am, but if he wants to take it over,
I have it.
that's fine.
Total number of dogs housed this month was 7. Number of dogs adopted 2. Number of dogs redeemed to owner was 5. We had County Hamlin calls were 18, Clarkson 7, Sweden was 8. That's pretty good. That's it.
Any sign the office tonight?
remotely,
The history summit's done, correct?
almost.
Go in and do those final touches.
Those will be showing up tomorrow, and they're starting the floors this week.
I got them this afternoon, it looks nice, the ceiling really,
Yeah.
like, ceiling looks sharp. You know, it's, it adds a lot to it, I think. It's good.
The history committee met last week and we discussed kind of a plan moving forward for putting everything back together. There's gonna be a lot of stuff we're gonna have to go through. We need extra storage. We need to know what we're gonna do about storing things that we're not gonna put in display cases. We talked about rotating displays.
You can have the recreations,
Well, I did ask if we were gonna repurpose those cabinets at all, but are they functional?
Yeah, they just don't close,
They're very lightweight too. They're aluminum, but they're a light aluminum.
and they're on wheels, I mean, you can move them around.
Do you have a purpose for them that you would?
Are they display cameras? Or are they just-
No, storage. We're just
Oh.
about needing storage. So, the floors, one of the volunteers, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah,
Is that what
Jessica.
that- Yeah.
Right.
So we talked about her getting in there as soon as all the other, final touches after the walkthrough were done. And then we talked about having everything back in the history center by May 15th. They got the mic, that's when the pod was renewed, storage containers was renewed, so. Get everything moved back in. At least we'll just move it in, I have the time to set up, but we'll get everything out of the storage containers.
The tree giveaway for conservation is April 25th, and we've got 500 of them this year, and it's from 9 to 11. The VFW had their Easter bunny breakfast, and we served over 150 breakfasts that day. It's like double on what it used to be. There was kids running around everywhere. And the ambulance, February, March were fairly slow. April's already started out at 39 calls. They've got 260 year to date. The Hamlin Beach celebration is scheduled for the 27th. And they'll have fireworks instead of doing it on the 4th of July. And the VFW is trying to get the kickball again, so anybody that's willing and physically able, who was last year, to sign up.
Willing, but it's more. I was gonna ask if the town, like anyone on the town board wanted to join the AP.
Just falling. I said, right, pick it.
Right.
I'll stay out this year.
I mean, the first night was 3 people went to the hospital.
That's fine.
It's not a good start. And the next week, they're all like laying on the picnic tables, they got bandages, and crutches, and I'm like, what happened? You got 67-year-old people trying to play football.
And still need their kids.
Yeah, and that's all I got.
Okay, thank you. Councilperson Herman.
Okay, the planning board for April, there was a property split. It was a continuation from last year on 1681 Hamlin Farm, down Pine Road, the Kimmel Farm. That was approved. There's another property split on 4021, or it's the 447 Hamlin Center Road, create 2 lots out of 1. That was also approved. On the agenda was a conservation border development permit for 5824 West Tacoma, but they did not show, so that was postponed until the May meeting. And, there was a special use permit for 80 North Hammond Road to operate a used car resale business out of an existing pole barn, just on appointment only. Come in and fill out an EAF, and that was scheduled for a public hearing for the June meeting. To get time to get
What's the address again on that?
that 80 North Hammond Road. That's all I got. Hannah Morton Walker District, they approved the bid for the new grass truck. And they've had 136 calls year to date. Hilton County Fire District, they've had 171 calls year to date. And they had 2 calls last month for overdose through their EMS. I just want to point that out. Kind of piggybacks off of the library report, which I'll let Olivia give, but we look into putting Narcan available in a box on the front of the library, and I'll turn that, look to her to do the library report.
There isn't any distribution site in Hamlin.
No, well, I can make it, because we get a ton of them.
So Thursday, Monroe County is coming out and they're installing
All
a
of
box
the-
on the outside of the building.
okay.
So it's
The ones that-
accessible 24/7.
For the
And
impact,
they'll,
the impact.
yes, the impact team's coming out and they monitor it. So, you know, they go to
Right.
sites regularly and check. And so this way it's just available. We also have some behind our desk in the library. We have a training from Monroe County scheduled on Thursday, May 21st from 6 to 7 p.m. So there'll be, there is a sign up for it on our website calendar already. And they will also bring free Narcan,
What time is it?
6 o'clock. It's just about an hour.
Yeah.
Is that open to the public?
Yes. Yep.
We can get that in, yeah, we should get that posted.
It's an easier way to do it.
Yeah, it's nasal spray.
And you want to be all make sure. You just want to give it to everybody. Distribute that.
Well, since it's in May, I think our publicity clerk will be sending that over for the newsletter. Okay, pretty soon. In funnier news, we're down to our last 2 goose names. So the vote ends tomorrow. Please come vote for either Gertrude
Sunny.
or Sunny. So it's been wildly popular online, at least popular by our searchers. So, that's it for this month for the library.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
Is that box gonna be, it's gonna be on the front of the library?
Yes. Probably past the front door, but, you know, they'll tell me what the best spot is for it when they are here Thursday morning.
Cheryl.
Okay, the department issued 27 permits, March 9th to current today. We received over $1,800 in fees, and for evaluation, of over $573,000, which is always good. It's still been a little slow. 6 permits have been closed, only 119 messages into the office, and I have sent out 14 violation notices for various code violations and complaints. We always used to do a 3-letter issue, so I would send a letter out, and then have like 5 days to respond. And if that wasn't, so we would go into a second letter and a third letter. I'm trying something different, hoping to get everybody on board, residents. Letters have been sent out, letters that have been previously sent out with no compliance will be all sent registered letters now, and they're given 30 days for some of this junk is a lot. 30 days to comply or a court appearance at that time. I think we should try that. We don't have residents that respond. So instead of letters out, time of that, postage. I mean, it's expensive, it's like $10, I think, or 57 cents, mail and registered, so we have a letter. But I think that's, we'll try this and see how this works. And, other than that, that's about it.
Maybe something notice out or whatever for lawnmower.
No, I was gonna ask you tonight, would you like me to do it ASAP? I can do it.
Grass is growing.
Yeah, that's right. So I will do it, and so it'll be in this weekend.
Either that or you can put it, like I said, on the outside sign and something, see if they have blow it more.
So what would you guys like to do? Do you want to put it like in the Facebook page or town
Yes.
page?
On the
then
website.
decide And not to a newspaper?
I don't think you need to do a newspaper, you can put it out
Okay.
here. I would, there's a lot of traffic that sees that.
That's a great idea.
Give me the info and details and get it out there.
Yes.
How many properties do you have right now? Didn't have to get hold of. Not one right now.
Nothing right now. Rather than I said, if it was heading home over the weekend, drive for a gentleman. Roby, yes, we'll do that. We'll get it done.
We need a resolution. We always do a resolution.
We do it to advertise for any paper, we have to spend money for it. If we're not
We
spending any
don't have
money.
to put it in the paper, it's not we have to put it in.
Legal notice.
Legal notices have to be in the paper, yes.
So that we cannot.
That's it.
Our highway superintendent, Mike.
We're working on cleaning up from winter, finished, taking down and removing snow cones from the fields today, sweeping streets, not damage, hauling material, the road that, the town road that we're recycling, and the county's North Hamlin road for recycling, and it's going to be May 11th. Should take 6 or 7 days to be both of them. Next department has started doing cleanups around the trees that come down in the parks over the winter. So, yeah.
They say here anything about the bank collapse that our town has.
Yeah, Steve and JP, our town engineer, did a bank collapse on Sandy Creek 2 weeks ago now, right after that storm on
Right after the storm.
Tuesday night. It washed out part of the top of the bank at the very end of the road and came back to the road, so I have a meeting with company that comes in and Roger has let's stabilize it, see what that costs, what rails are out there, where the road is in the right of way. What's the best and most cost effective thing to do? It is a bank that's 30 foot, 40 feet above the creek?
Yeah,
40
30,
feet.
40 feet up.
Sure, bank up on,
No, Creekview, down just north of, Nuts Corners. That little street that goes back in.
so we're looking into that. Some answers in a few weeks, so we're gonna have to.
You put some of the weird stuff in, so you can see it.
Were the properties affected by, that I need to, affect property value?
Town of Hamilton, that property value was going down. But don't worry, once we fix it, it'll go way
It went down like 30 feet.
No, it almost ate it. Is it touching the road?
It's touching the road.
The edge of this thick cliff is touching the road. Mike called me, I, JP, luckily we can move the road, like, out of the way, because the road right of way is, the road is kind of not even in the right of way anymore, we can move the road over and buy us some time if we can. I see where I'm going, moves all the time, look, we got our own. All right, our town assessor list.
So I sent out about 50 change of assessment notices last week. My role is just about done. I just got the solar model, the final solar model today from the state. So I have to put those on. I did do a preliminary on those. Those did increase. They actually didn't go down this year, they went up. So right now I've added about 2.7 million on the roll. With that, it'll be a little over 3 million for this year. The STAR, so this was the year that they changed it where enhanced STAR people did not need to come in and sign up for it. The state took it over, sent us a report of how many people were able to convert. We got those reports and we actually had over 100 people, so that's quite a few people. Probably a lot of them would have never even came in and applied and they're automatically gonna get it this year. So that's done. The only other thing is I'm playing around a little bit with Dale's hours. I want her here with me a little bit more. So I talked to Phil about it, and ran it by him. So Wednesdays, my office isn't real busy. Actually, right now, we're starting to slow down a little bit. So I'm gonna have her here Mondays and Fridays more with me because I wanna teach her a few more things and a little bit less time on Wednesday to see how that goes for a few weeks. Okay?
Okay.
So she'll be here during the busy times though. You know, like midday, 10 to 2.
Right.
Okay. That's it.
Okay. Our fire marshal,
As you're well aware, the burn ban's on. We've had 4 jobs. People aren't quite aware that there is a burn ban on. I've been working on inspections. Last month Cheryl and I attended our 24-hour training. Since 2024, they've added on the fire marshal's job is property maintenance also. So been working on that with Cheryl. We're working on a couple of the bigger areas. So hopefully by next week we can move forward on it, you know, the lakefront and what have you. Doing a ride around, I've noticed just about every street there is violations. And I think if we take care of the stuff on the lake and that, the people won't complain as much about their their assessment down there, because they complain that they're living next to this one, that one. We took with Steve and Cheryl and I took a ride down, and then I went from there across all the way over to Newco Drive, and every beach but Benedict Beach had a violation. So, and then we're gonna work around town. There's quite a bit, and it's sad that it's come to this, but you know, I think after the zoning workshop and what have you, if we can get that ironed out, it'll make it a lot easier. I've just been giving some people heads up, you know, that it's possible that this is coming down the line, you know, just to forewarn them. And I think if it does pass, that if we put it in the paper, on the website, on the signs, after the judges have looked at it, then if we have to go to court, everybody's on the same page. I don't think it's fair that, you know, we go out and do all the legwork, and then once it gets to court, you know, they tell them to go home. So, I got one judge that I did talk to, and, you know, he's on board. Hopefully I can get them both on board, so, we can get things moving forward here. And that's all I have.
Right, thank you. Recreation, Katie.
We've been busy, we're always busy, we got the new program guide out. The big thing is, people will be knocking down our door on Wednesday, summer camp, I'm assuming will sell out on Wednesday when we open it. We opened it for before and after school kids last week on the 1st, so they've had a basically 2-week window to register before everybody else. Since last year we implemented the payment plans, it's relieved a lot of stress on a lot of families. They put their card on file, it charges them weekly, starting the beginning of summer, and it automatically pays, so they don't have to come up with a big chunk of money. I don't know if anyone knows what the rate for childcare is, but it's a lot, especially when you've got more than one kid. So, revenue's gonna look a little funky this year. Last year we spiked in May, because everyone paid between April and May, whereas now families have the opportunity to pay it weekly, which is a huge help for the families that we've talked to. Sports are starting, all of the baseball teams are up and going, the last one starts tomorrow. Weather's not cooperating, but people are coming out, they're getting the park. Porta potties are here, so once Mother Nature gets on board, we'll be ready for spring. Parks guys are back in, they were back in, today, I saw them. Working on the summer camp permit, that's gotta be in by next week. We have a little bit of time, but I don't wanna wait, because we've run into problems with that before. The lights are on in the parking lots now, thank you, Steve, for getting those turned on. I don't think anyone has complained, is that
Haven't heard
accurate?
anybody yet.
Not through here.
So, maybe we're making some progress there, I appreciate that. I don't think there's anything else. The only other thing is, I sent you guys a thing on the walking path, did you guys get a chance to look at that? The third quote, basically they made it one unit instead of 5 different standing units, so they didn't give me the new updated quote. But that's what I would like to spend the remaining ARPA money on. Steve and Josh went out and measured the shade structure today. So I submitted for those quotes today, so I should have those for the next meeting. I have 2 already. They were actually pretty quick at getting back to me on those. But should I continue to pursue the playground equipment for the walking path? Mike, are you on board? You know, you didn't really say much. You just get stuck with the work.
It's definitely, no, I do have a comment.
No, but I think you should pursue it.
I just gave the comment about the noise
And
making.
that was gonna be my comment also, as far as the xylophone or whatever makes noise shouldn't be anywhere near the power. Cause I can see that being trouble down the road. Where you're not losing a bunch of time mowing and trimming. And that was also another concern, what we're gonna do as far as, border for those. I mean, the pictures look great, but, you know, we gotta get an idea of what that's gonna cost also as far as, when they put them in, do they just drill a hole and set them in, or do they do the border and everything, or?
None of it is installed, that's why I looked at Mike. We can pay for installation, obviously, but you're gonna pay for.
We would put a border in.
So,
Right.
So we can just mow around it, not have to weed whack and all this stuff.
The big thing is that petition is circulating and they're just looking for more, like, our playground is not accessible for, and so it was just like the option of looking at that, but I don't wanna rush into it, but also the ARPA money is,
No,
Got
I
a
agree, we
timeline on
gotta
it,
get
so-
that, at least specified where we're gonna put it, so as soon as we know what the shade structure is exactly, then we got an idea on what's what. And we also talked about the basketball court. So, yeah, once we get the shade structure, or we know where that is, then we can kind of firm up the rest. That's my feeling.
No, we'll know what we have to spend. Then we can always see if we can get grants too. If we need something done, then give the art one to take care of it first.
And I know that Friends has some money too.
Yeah, and I'm sure outside organizations will, like, ideally you just kind of piece it together, you buy a couple pieces each year. So, I mean, and every company has different things, they're not all music things. And of course, nothing is priced online, so you have to ask for a quote for each individual item, and there's 100 items listed, so, you know, I'm like, hey, pick 5, and you're guessing and hoping you come close to the quote. It's not a very easy system, but
And the benches, we're trying to.
the benches and the trees are really what's, I mean, I don't know, I'm not.
Put some benches along there, put them in concrete, anchor them down. The trees will go behind the benches, not in front of them, not in between the bench and the sidewalk. Because you probably want their bench really close to the sidewalk for the seniors or whatever, so they're not tripping on grass and stuff down and set back up to a bench. But the tree will go behind it as a shade.
I think
Are
that's
we
all.
buying benches or do we have?
We have a bunch from,
From the recycling project?
Yes. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. And see, you have a member from the zoning board. Do you have anything else to contribute?
No, what's up?
We have a member from the conservation board here. Do you have anything you want to contribute?
No, very, said everything in the report.
Okay. Our town clerk, Jill.
Well, I'm done with grand jury. So now I'm catching up. Got all the boxes down in the records retention room. So Liz and I have been planning and figuring out how to move this stuff around down there. So I know we gotta get those shelves put up. So let me know when that's good.
If it's going on a rainy day, it's going to be a good day for it.
And that's about it.
We get the room furnace and everything. I just quick went home, got my boots, grabbed my sump pump, put it in there, get it pumping right away, because it was getting up around the furnace. Pumped it all down and went to Lowe's the next day, bought a brand new sump pump.
Give it an alarm, is it alarm?
Not yet.
Okay.
They're separate, you can't, they're separate, you gotta buy it. And it got something, it'd be something.
And the good thing with the records retention room, it's 2 steps up. So all the water's in the other one, so
Yeah.
no worries on that.
What'd you like?
I forgot, as the new cabinets and stuff come in, I have the long one and 5 new ones I'm gonna be ordering. I need help assembling those, and I know Mike's guys will eventually be able to get to it, but I know they've been busy. Do we have a solution? I know we've been back and forth on the handyman thing, and
Well,
I don't know what the best solution is to get these things assembled as they come in.
as long as we're on this subject, I was gonna bring it up in discussion, but since I have the time to bring it up. My idea towards this, I know we've had issues with maintenance and getting little projects done here and, trying to take some of this off of Steve's plate, so not everybody is going to Steve, for little things and things get left. I would like to propose, and I've discussed it with Mike a little bit, that if we could have, for every department to have a work order wrote up, if there's something that needs to be, have attention to, and then put it in Patty Joe's office where Mike could pick it up, and if it's urgent, then it would be emailed to the highway. And then if it's something that he can't get to right away, whether it's a plumber or whatever, make a phone call to get it taken care of, or that way, at least it's being communicated. And a lot of these projects that come along aren't stuff that has to be done like ASAP. And then the parks guys could do it.
We could probably put it like on a Google Drive thing where everybody has access to adding projects in, so it's all right there in a spreadsheet kind of thing. And then you cross it out when it's done.
Yeah, and then it
Something
could be
like
kept
that.
track of just how much time are we doing it? And if going down the road, if this doesn't work, we know what it's gonna take to maintain between this, the court, the library, Charlie Meyer, there's just, you know, when Mike has time, a lot of those little jobs can be taken care of so that it's not a buildup. I'm looking for ideas.
I like having a spreadsheet, but I also like the paper trail, so what you do is pick them up and go forward. And prioritize it. So put it in there.
I guess it would be whatever, more convenient for Mike.
So make sure it makes its way to our secretary, that keeps us on track.
How do you pick up stuff over there now? You just have like a mail system where someone comes over and picks up the stuff and brings it back. I know the county, that's how we do it, work order, you write down the thing, if you have a box, put it in, you pick them up. And you see the person tomorrow or next week or whatever.
You know, obviously, there's gonna be times where they're out paving or, you know, the guys are mowing and, you know,
It could
it's,
be a while.
so, but if it's something that's urgent, that needs urgent attention, then it could be a phone call and it has to be taken care of, so.
Where you do like we do at the fire station, you just put in a work order, it goes, we put it in a red alert, and then it goes right to our administrator. Our administrator puts it to the direct place, and then every month we check it before our monthly meeting to say, okay, these are the work orders, are they closed out or aren't they? So if we have a work order, they bring it to the whoever, and they can email it down to the highway, and then she can distribute it as needed. And then as it gets done, close it out, who did it, the date. Then you're done. Then you can follow it that way. Instead of doing a mail type deal. Well, I put it in there. Well, it's not in there. It is in there, but if it's on, and then make them aware that there's a work order in there, or that'll have to be their job at the highway to go in and check them work orders but if you say, hey, there's a work order here, and then let them distribute it and put the time down or what it costs or whatever. And it's working quite well at the fire station.
And it can be a test drive too, just to see how the system works, whether we have to have somebody in. Then if we do have a maintenance person, does that maintenance person in wintertime shovel or whatever, there's different scenarios.
Yeah, I'm just trying to close a gap that it seems like, a lot
There
of
is a
times
gap, right.
filter in and.
Like yours would be urgent or if you have to get this stuff done, for the kids, right? So it'd be micro prioritize, so that we don't.
It's not a 911, but the sooner the better.
So then, I like it, it's a good idea. Kind of streamline, have some sort of process. So then, if Mike can't get to something, then does it fall on Mike to make phone calls, to get quotes, to bring people in, or is that the department head's job?
Well, I don't know if we need to get quotes necessarily, like Steve and I have talked before, you've got, try and get a page here, where the person taking care of the furnace is this person. If there's an electrical job, you call this person, and a plumbing job, so you have kind of a sheet you go down and you make a call and get it taken care of. Like you were saying, I don't know how long ago, there's a problem with the toilet in the Charlie Meyer lodge, but that's an urgent, so you call them and get it taken care of. You can't wait around, and there's,
But I'm just saying, would that be Mike's job to do then? Is everything gonna go to him?
He would have to tell the department head that he didn't have time.
I think it gets a little tricky, because usually my issue is like, unfortunately, Steve will tell you, I call him when the urinal was overflowing on a Saturday, or yesterday when the door at the lodge wouldn't close again, who do I call, right? Do I call the plumber? Do I call Steve? Do I call Mike? Like, there's a very gray area, like, I'm not fixing a urinal, it's not my repertoire.
Right.
So, like, ideally, yes, I'd call a plumber, but then you get the overtime rate of a Sunday, so Steve, out of the kindness of his heart, is like, hey, I'm gonna come and fix it, but like, should it be a my phone call? I honestly have no idea what the chain of command is, it's just, I call Steve because unfortunately, he'll answer the phone and he'll go fix it. I don't know if that's good or bad, honestly, Steve, but it's the reality of it, and yesterday, again, same thing, the door wouldn't close at the lodge, and it's like, okay, what do I do? I'm 45 minutes away, the renter is calling me, and he got it fixed, but I don't, is it buildings, is it maintenance, is it rec? It's a very, as everything we know in our jobs, it's a very great, I guess the door, Steve will have to explain, because he came, I was on the other side of the city, obviously, but the thing at
It's
the top.
done a dozen times. The door closure. If the wind catches the door, or there was no wind yesterday, so unless the people who rent the place pushed it. And so that bar moves, and so then when the door closes, the bar up top on the closure hits the door and stops it from closing. So you gotta loosen that jam nut up there, just pour the little A-type jam nut back up. It took me longer to drive up here than it did to fix it. Takes 2 minutes to fix it, 5 minutes to get it.
But to Phil's point, I don't know if that's really something that you should be worrying about, though, you got a lot of other stuff to worry about. I know you don't think that's big.
But who does it fall under then? Like, where is that gray area? Like,
No, there'll always be like, Steve knows what's wrong with it, so it makes sense that Steve would just go ahead and fix it, I mean.
if Steve's coming up here every Saturday and Sunday, which there's been a lot lately, it probably gets old. I'm just kind of devil's advocate here, but I don't know. Like, it's very weird because we do have a lot of things that happen on the weekends. Unfortunately, that's when all of our stuff has happened lately, and I can't fix things. I just can't.
If it's something major, like, I don't mind, down at, while I'm still here, just that stupid door take 2 minutes to fix.
But like,
It's
are
whatever.
you supposed
You run up
to
here,
be, are you supposed to be the first phone call, I guess?
On a weekend,
Or
though.
should it be,
Well, something major, like I said, we can make a list of, if it's water spewing all over the place, yeah, call a plumber and you can sit there and have him rush here. If it's just like a door closure, it takes 2 minutes to fix, you can maybe call me, but there will be a list. Here's a plumber, here's fire alarms, whatever, here is such and such or whatever,
It would be good to have that list, because I mean, you can't be here.
We have contractors, we have a list of contractors to call in big emergencies, like if the door was, you're gonna call somebody it's 6:30 on a weekend night, and a Saturday night, and come out and spend $300-400 to do a 2-minute door.
no, I just think clarification on who I'm calling is fine. It's just, I don't ever know.
I mean, I can tell you, if you explain what, I know exactly what was wrong, so I grabbed a wrench, came up here, did it. But you can call me and say, I got water, the place is filling with water, we tell you, call a plumber, or call the fire department, call 911. There's certain things that we'll call.
So your cabinets will be here when, or you already have them?
The one is here,
Okay, the one that's in the box still? Okay.
the other ones have to be ordered. I had to wait for the resolution to go over 1,000.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll get a list together of people's like big things.
Okay.
And you can always call me, there's nothing but a phone call saying, no, you need to call a plumber or an
No, that's
electrician or whatever. That's just a phone call. We'll get it figured out, it's gonna be regular.
Yeah, I was trying to stand here, but I can't. Sorry.
Okay, me. The dog kennel, the furnace actually went out on a dog kennel, and it was getting like 50 degrees in that place, so you'll see a bill, I just got the bill this afternoon from Wolf Mechanical to fix the furnace, and it took a while, it was like 8 hours. I was down there for a while, and then we didn't know if we had to order a new furnace, we didn't know if I think the flame should be exchange, yes. when the dam was cut, I would have to order a brand new furnace, and that was correct. We didn't know why we couldn't get it to run right. Turned out we had a couple more holes, it wasn't getting enough air back to it, so we had a couple more holes in the return ducts. Put furnace things on there, and all of a sudden it started working okay, because we got more air. You know, shade structures, she already talked about, we've been doing that. I had a grant writer in here, we talked about different grants. For the kennel, for the water line, she's gonna check into the water line, grants for that. For play structures, she sent a whole list of grants that you can get for even shade structures, the inclusive stuff we can get grants for, and small grants too, like Lowe's or whatever, or Walmart, they have grants, like you could buy maybe one of those. They're not big grants, they're just smaller ones, you can put in the value of like one of those things, or whatever. There's 6 different things. Oh, the town hall again. And then actually another place out there by the, I think by the playground. By a pavilion, just like what the fire department has, maybe for, and then maybe we can even put our seniors in there. If we start doing lunch menus or something, they could all fit in there instead of other things, or we could have it for festivals or whatever. We see if there's money out there for it, and we can do it, whatever. Zoning workshop is gonna be this Thursday at 7 o'clock. And we're gonna be talking about the solar law, because we talked about that last time, so we should be nearing completion on that. Maybe one more meeting. And we are going to be talking about, our fire marshal brought up, and so did Cheryl, about junk. Like I said, we have been riding around town. Junk in this town is getting ridiculous. And our junk law is way too limited. So we've also been working on a new junk law, and I'll send you all a copy of it. It's much more stringent, and we're gonna be talking about that in the zoning workshop too, and we're gonna talk about passing that junk law in our next meeting at the end of this month. It's getting ridiculous out there, and once you get one person sees it, well, I can do that. They got 10 vehicles or 10 junk things in their yards, so why can't I? And also, like I know the assessor gets, she's dropped assessment on houses because the people would jump next door. So we're losing money for one thing on that, we're not getting tax money because I don't blame them for dropping assessment on it. Live next to a junkyard. And there's other places, I don't know why people aren't complaining about it. So we're gonna work on that. We need dates for interviews. For the conservation board, we have 2 people. So, what is a good date to interview our 2 people? So it'll just be an hour, like half an hour each person, say. And so we can do interviews, and we'll invite people from the conservation board, that's on the date to be at this thing too.
Maybe on the 29th before, like, start at 6 before.
We can do it, we can see if, yeah, we can try the 29th before our actual meeting here, and see if we can do it before the actual meeting. And then if you like somebody, or we decide to like somebody, you can actually put them in that night, at the meeting.
They can't do the 29th, maybe about the Thursday, maybe before the zoning workshop, or that, one of them.
Right there.
Not a lot of notice, someone's available.
Right. So it'd be like 6:30 on Thursday, and then 6 o'clock or whatever on the night, because we don't want it to go to 6:30, because then it'd be right up to the board meeting for the interview, or maybe quarter after 6:15 or something. We'll try that. Is everybody okay with that?
Yes.
I'll ask them, we phone calls now.
We're gonna try to get this sold on Thursday, right?
Yes, oh, absolutely. That's the first thing we're talking about, yes.
How long is it gonna take for you
We do what?
to do your part? Once we write it. Get it all done.
Well, decommissioning is what we got. That's the part that is kind of left.
But we can figure it all out this meeting, and then by the next meeting, maybe by May, we'll have it ready to go. So, and I'm okay with that, if we can get it done by May,
We still got a public hearing.
right, but then we can still have a public hearing, if we agree on it, then we can have a public hearing later on in the month.
Is that probably the only thing we have? Decommissioning?
Yeah, just,
Everything else?
we got a pretty good idea of where we want to go with it, but
And maybe,
nothing was kind of set.
Did you get, what we talked about in the
yeah, Bill sent you stuff.
Did you send me something about it?
Yeah.
I sent you a whole list of emails.
You weren't there.
And then I talked to you about it at the town board meeting the next week. You said you're working on it.
He's on the night shift.
Right.
I probably have it in a folder. I'll go over it.
Yeah.
Just before those guys start coming around the board, like before.
But they asked, but I still, right, I still wanted to get this set, but we need to get both things done, so. Definitely, so what are we talking about first? Then the junk law, and I'll send you a copy, and I'll have copies at night too, of the junk law. At the meeting. The new junk law, I think it's actually pretty well set. It should be okay just to look it over and say, okay, I like this. Maureen, myself, and the code enforcers, I know he's part of it too now since the new law took effect or whatever, so both of you have been working with, and Maureen on this new law. So it ought to be very well set.
You gotta remember that if he's enforcing the property from the state, those are actually criminal charges. And that is, under the criminal, CPLR. So it's a totally different, you wanna go to a civil law, so that you're not in the criminal.
Okay. That's how we got you involved in
Right.
it.
Right.
Yep.
I just have one comment to make about the junk law. So we have a junk law, right? I mean, so I guess if we have such a big junk problem, we already have a law, why?
Because it's like Swiss cheese. Okay, it's very, very
Very vague.
vague. This here, if you look at it, you'll see that it's more stringent. Okay, it takes, you
It
know,
spells
It
everything
spells
out.
it
out.
expels every exact thing out.
And your current one is also under the criminal procedure law.
This one is a lot more, it doesn't spells everything out. Like the old one doesn't say, and we can go over it Thursday too. This says that you drive by and can see the thing, see the junk, you can drive down the road, or be out in a boat looking towards shore, you can see all those junk. So it covers a lot of stuff. And it's very specific. I don't know what the court would do, but at least we are doing our.
Well, this one here, actually, that BJ had found, they come before you, the town board, if they want a public hearing.
Well, we're gonna talk about that too. I took that part out.
No,
When we have to put it back in,
well, there's, different parts to that law, I actually looked it up. And then if you find them guilty, we wouldn't go to, town court, we would go to county court.
Well, that might stop all the issues of the court.
Well, last time.
Right,
right,
right, so.
we're hoping it's gonna be a better law, yeah, it's a better way to go. That's what we're trying to do.
But I feel if you advertise it, get it out to the people, make them aware of it, tell them, look, this is what's coming down, then there should be no argument,
Right.
you know? I mean, the town's disgusting is what it is, you know, and that's what we've been talking about, Cheryl and I. You know, it's just ridiculous.
Not getting better.
It's not getting any better.
I like that.
And as far as I know, Hamlin's always been a top-notch town. Now we're running, you know, when it's winter time, you don't see nothing because everything looks great. I think you're up in Boonville, right?
Right.
Then when you come back here,
No, you're right.
we're done, so.
Okay, that's the end of my report. Is there anything else before we hit discussion? Okay, change in the senior bylaws.
So, Michelle sent everybody a copy of the bylaws, and we discussed this. This is something that started with Angel when she was here about changing it from a board or advisory committee that she would oversee. I guess, I don't know, I'm not at the, I guess there's a lot of camps and, you know, on how they decide things. I think it would just stop. I think this would just be a better function for us. We also have to be, responsible too for our seniors while they're on our trips. Maureen, were you able to check that out about if they, you know, on some of these trips we're like doing the SIP?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
I
sent a
sent you, I
response.
sent you a response to that, yeah.
She did send a
Yeah,
response to
that one I
that.
did do.
Because I'm just saying.
We're not liable, you're not liable if they.
Go for all our- But I know that, we're the only, one of the only towns that has a word for board according to our board. It should be like an advisory committee, like we do, like the other advisory committees. But I mean, that's the gist of it, I don't know how much more.
And Joel bringing it to Michelle, giving a copy of the bylaws. I read them. I remember Joel's comments, so I was looking into other towns anyway. They are correct. Checking with all the other towns in Monroe County, we're about the only town that doesn't have this underneath the recreation, the seniors underneath the recreation department that has like president and everything, a regular committee that can vote and everything. So we should probably change it, right? And we should change it and maybe put the recreation, and every other town, the recreation is like a leader. They still have your senior coordinator underneath of it. Right. Who does a lot of that legwork and stuff, because you don't expect the recreation to do all the legwork.
No, Michelle was do all the legwork.
Yes.
It would just be on, it would be part of that.
But, and we need to discuss this because there's a bunch of things also in the old law that we're not doing right. So we need to, we're not gonna just take away the committee and say, there, it's done with it.
No, I know.
No, and Joel knows I'm talking about.
Right.
So we're gonna fix things, we're gonna make things better. If we're gonna change this, we're gonna fix the bylaws, right, but we're gonna fix them so that everything's good with the state, the county, all of that. So we need to talk about this, when we have to have another meeting or whatever, sometime about it, but we need to talk about this and decide exactly how we're gonna do it. But it's just, I agree, I totally agree that it needs to change. But if we're gonna change it, then let's fix it.
I'd like to change before they go and do another vote, like they created another board.
What is it?
That's August.
Oh, we can get it done before that.
That's what I'm saying.
They have their nominations, and then they go from there.
Well, we can get it done before that.
Yeah, I think, right.
I think their actual voting isn't until November, but they have the whole process.
I gave you guys stuff tonight, I have a thing from Hilton Parma,
Yeah.
just to show what they do, and we can't offer all these programs, we don't have the facility, it's just.
I guess it's bylaws.
No, but we're not allowed to advertise.
I don't know.
We're not, we have been told that we can't advertise, so.
As long as we're going in that direction, we know our deadline is.
But I mean, there's also like the last page, Monroe County does lunches, Sweden and Hilton Parma. They actually bring lunch meals out and seniors only pay for $3.50 for those lunch.
Nice.
People love them, I know when it goes to the time, the rates about.
Right, I mean, then the county picks up the $4.50.
That's, and we should probably find.
So do we start?
Right, how do we get on that?
Right, how do we get on there? How do we start doing that?
Right,
Like I say, if we're gonna fix things, let's fix.
that would be really good.
Plus other things, like I say. Unsafe buildings. Cheryl, I think, said, I don't know if she said it the last meeting or not, like down in the Shore Acres, there's buildings that she has the red placards on, Duffy Moss. I've been reading our law for unsafe buildings, I have to go over it, something like that. They all say to put it on their tax order. Yeah, what happens if they're not paying the taxes on the place now? The town is stuck with, like Duffy Mountain, we get a couple $100,000 to clean it up.
Well, then that doesn't have to have asbestos in it.
Yes.
So, the only way to get a grant to do that is if they turn it over to the town. The town has to own the property.
Right.
To get a grant.
Right, yeah.
Which the people that own our property can also get out there.
Nope, you have the town, if the grants are from the state, or the towns, you own the property. No. Yeah, nope, it's gotta be the town, because we looked into that in the farm, for the, home storage.
Yeah.
We have to figure out what we do with that property. If we decide.
But there's-
Lease it out.
Right.
I was just fascinated. Kind of designated,
Right.
gonna be designated.
You were just talking about.
Yeah.
Your pickleball.
Uh,
Oh, wow. It's a cool
But anyways, we need to talk to our attorney about that.
But that's an option, right?
Find out more about unsafe buildings, what we can do about some of them. There's getting more and more of them around town that are, people just are leaving, you know, giving it to the bank, the bank's not doing it, they're falling in disrepair, broken glass. And there's some on the lakefront too, broken windows and everything, people just abandon it. And what do we do? And I don't want the town to be responsible for them, like I said, we put them on the taxes. They're not paying taxes anyways.
I know, but I don't know what the alternative is.
I don't know.
Well, at some point, the county will put them up for sale, for back taxes. At some point, they're gonna turn over. Yeah.
Usually it's 9 years,
Yeah.
in my
Yeah, well, like Duffy Mott's and one,
It's been like 17 years.
well, that's because the one owner's paying just enough to keep it off the court sale.
Yeah.
But we can talk about it a little bit. Right, it doesn't have to get done right now, but it's something people are talking about broken down buildings, living next to them. Cameras in a town hall, I told you they have something, I do. Actually, there's one the guy said he didn't want, it's the cheapest. West Fire or Signs or whatever, it's most expensive. $20,000 to put 5 cameras in the town.
Just the town hall?
Just the town hall. For doing, I mean, they're gonna do all the work, the running of the cables and everything, $20,000. Not exactly $20,000.
But 5 cameras around the property.
Where would we put 5? I feel like we just need 2, one on each door.
Outside the building.
Inside,
No, we're talking about inside, right?
inside the building, 2 inside here, but then 3 on the outside doors. We have 3 outside doors and 3 on each door looking out. $19,916.12.
That's a lot.
That's why I said 20 grand in this round.
That's a lot.
You know, Steve, if you have that on the outside door, I'm just asking, okay, we have it on both the outside doors. Do we really need it on the inside and the outside?
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Or if
we
you're gonna
don't.
have them inside.
I would think so, with all the kids we have in our gymnasium, if you had parents coming up.
Because people stay inside when we're going out. Because we have a couple of guys.
But I'm worried for the kids' safety.
Yeah.
Here the kids,
Inside.
Now, well, actually,
Biggest thing.
And when they decide to, wherever they're at, in the bathroom or something, or then they come out and then they rob you blind, so. It's good to have it on the inside.
Say you get a kid that a parent who ain't supposed to be here, or somebody grabs that kid and runs outside the door. Well, they got their maximum camera, whatever they hood a hoodie or something on. Yeah, I'd rather have them in here taking a better picture of that person stealing the kid or taking the kid when they're not supposed to.
So then we just have them on the inside facing the doors, so then you get the same picture, like, what do we need them outside?
One breaking game, try it.
Is it,
Yeah, but if
are
they're
those
inside,
folks
you'll see the
all,
person breaking in, right?
Fairway, Apple's, you know, are they all?
No, there's only 3 of them that are kind of, there's only 3 of them that actually do all the work. And that's what I just said. The one we didn't was a low ball, but we didn't really want those. That was 20,000 for Westfire. This is CE Tech. They're 11,000 with a monthly surcharge of $36 forever for a monthly surcharge too. That's them. Oh, this is their picture cameras. Integrated Systems are another IT company. They actually came in, they wanted to do our IT here too. They were actually very cheap for the IT here. But they have a quote for $12,300 for doing the 5 cameras with no fees or anything afterwards. And they install everything and all of that. So, go
Where
ahead.
does the cameras run to? Is there a screen, receives it?
It runs to a server in the room over here, and then we can all see it on our computers. Whoever's computer wants to go over and see it. So the server can put it on any computer up here. Like I said, this is, like I said, there's 20,000, this is doing all the work too, so apples to apples. Like I say, it was 12,300 with no fees, no monthly fees. And that's really wait a second, we got Shield. Shields is 9,744. No installation on that. So then they said they're not gonna run all the wires into the building, so it's really not apples yet. You'd have to pay somebody to come in and put all the conduit and everything up there and go in. Plus, there's also then a monthly fee on this one, where is it? Oh, I didn't think you did. But they also have another monthly fee. And it's like around $40 a month or $35, same thing, the manager, or to put it up on cloud or whatever.
What was the discussion, how did the discussion end up as far as, security? Is that?
We are waiting to get the quote. You probably didn't get it today, did you? Emailed the people Friday. And they kind of got back to it and said, yep, we're gonna try and have a fear meeting tomorrow night, or Monday night.
That's with Westfire also, correct?
That was good.
You can't bundle with there, we're good.
That's what I was gonna say, is there any way to leverage that and put it all in one? Quote?
I asked him when we were out there if he would change his quote. He said, no, I can ask him again.
Or if we'd add, like, that's something, we might change it with bundle.
And then we've got one.
I can try again, that's fine. I know I did have them, they are gonna do a job over to the history center for us. We have no carbon monoxide detectors in that building. The fire marshal and I went over there to do some checking, I don't know, a month ago, 3 weeks ago. And he asked me, where's your carbon monoxide detectors over here? Oh, so I looked around, there aren't any. So we are also gonna put some carbon, at least one carbon monoxide detector in the
There's all the more reason to. Try and stiffen the price up a little bit.
I can call them and see if they'll stiffen it up. I try not to play, I can tell them they were a little bit high, I can't tell them exact figures, you can't do that.
No.
I can go and tell them that, hey, can you come down with that? If we do the lodge, history center over here, can you bring that place down? I can ask.
You know, if we just look at them for all of our fire
Right.
prevention, I mean,
Right,
that's a
right.
huge, that was a huge expense, so.
Okay.
You know, we contract them for all.
Yep, I can ask them. Setting a date to discuss the handbook. We said in our last meeting that we were gonna have the whole town board with that handbook before we send it in. Everybody should look at it. It's, and send it in.
Again,
The handbook, not the job
not the
description,
job
the handbook.
description,
The handbook.
Did we get it?
No,
No.
they talked to.
And we had a phone call meeting with them.
Right.
I was,
And she said they have looked at it first and make the correction, then send it
The
in.
hard, like the one we currently have for us.
Yeah, to look at it, make corrections, things that we wanted differences, and then send that into them. And they'll look at it and write it up better or whatever.
because they can either write it up and then it'll be like a back and forth. And there's no, because one of the questions was, so how much they gonna charge per line or whatever, and they're not gonna do that, it's mostly a safety thing for them, so that, the other town will have to depend on it or whatever. So, like, if we change wording, like 5 words out of a sentence, I'm not gonna charge them for that line, so. But we get unlimited phone calls with them, it's just
The actual work.
the actual work.
What is, I was gonna ask you, what did we just pay them?
The other thing.
The other
The other instance. Yes.
That's what I'm saying, the prices
Cause that looks like, I mean, I don't know, I don't know if we're missing a page here.
Yes, you are.
Of,
I have it.
Because it looks
A
like,
lot of personal stuff out there that we
Yeah.
don't need.
maybe they
If
could
you wanna
adapt
come in
it.
my office and look at it, you are more than welcome to do that.
Well, it just looked to me like it was for like 2 hours of phone calls for
Right.
6,000.
No, there's a lot of
I
personal
was
stuff
like,
on
what is
there
this?
that, if you wanna come in my office and look at it, the board members, you're more than welcome. Right, so we need to set a date with the board.
Well,
I don't care, Saturday, whatever. Go ahead.
simplify it, can it? You can't have it sent, can you send it out in an email or where everybody can just make their changes and then send it in? Do we actually have to meet, is what I'm asking.
I think it'd be simpler, because
I mean, yes, once they do it and go through it, we need a meeting to review what they've done.
absolutely,
Yeah.
we
But
still
do
need
we-
that.
Do we need a meeting to go through it before?
Well, no, he's talking about as it is right now, like what we have right now.
Right.
That's what you're talking about.
I think we should, I mean,
Okay.
you have a lot of different opinions here.
Do it at
Should they all,
do it at a zoning workshop.
I mean, I went through the whole book, spent like a weekend, I went through every page, every line, everything on it. I made a whole bunch of notes, but again, it's just my opinion, what I think it should say, and some of it is, mostly has to do with wording, I would say. Like how it describes an actual workday, It gets into some stuff with like part-time workers, things like that, but it's all wording. pretty
and
much.
our health insurance.
The health insurance, that retirees,
Retirees,
That's a-
stuff like
that's-
that, yeah.
that is really kind of way off.
So I think we ought to, I mean, it'd be, instead of, you got 5 people sending in 5 and you give, and some of it's, we ought to all just sit there face to face and say, okay, this is what we want to change, kind of, then let them tweak it and they can say it better.
That's what I'm saying, on the 21st, so we go out for that.
mean, either way, it's gonna take 4 to 6 weeks after we initiate anyways. So, I mean, you're talking like, it's probably not gonna be till the end, you know, this process is probably not gonna be till like the end of summer. Before it's all said and done, maybe.
So that's, I mean, the meeting's already
When
set
they
up.
HR works through that, when they have to pass resolution.
You know, he's talking about doing, yes, we have our handbook as it says now, but if we turn around, then we would have to have a resolution to actually have them do it. So,
Yeah, we're going to, so I guess we can do it.
I mean,
What was the cost on
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
That was 4,400.
Yeah.
It was 4,400 to do the first copy.
Yeah.
And then there was, because we were talking about like
And then he-
$100.
He was pretty much upfront when me and Phil talked to him on the phone, and Megan was in there too. Darlene couldn't make the meeting, but, they've done hundreds of them, he said.
Maybe it's not a lot.
Like, it's a lot, it's not as much as what we're thinking it may be a little, but.
So the 21st, okay with everybody? Zoning workshop in May. If we need everything done for zoning.
I don't know if we're busy in May with the zoning.
Yeah, the jump law too.
I would like to get it done earlier than that, actually. Just so, like he said, it's gonna be 4 to 6 weeks once we send it in. It ought to be,
Because we're gonna have to have somebody type it all up, like what we wanna change, so that they know what line to change.
right. So, what is today? Today's the 13th. I mean, sometime this month, I would love to see.
Well, they're not gonna know what we wanna change though.
Well, send them a PDF, just scan it up. Make changes on a piece of paper, scan it, send it. to them.
Yeah, we can do that too. Right. Just, we don't have to type it up. You could handwrite it. You're right. I would like to do it this month. Is there any, like,
How long do you think we're gonna need?
oh, it's gonna be at least an hour. I mean, and if everybody reads it beforehand and comes in, it'll be a lot quicker if we read it all beforehand instead of reading it that night. Rooster, no. You just looked at it Tuesday, so I'm just asking. There's the 22nd, 23rd. No, that's fine. I'd like you to be there, so you, a woman's perspective. No, I mean, you might see something, no, you might see something differently than the rest of us guys.
We could skip the committee meeting and just lose meeting.
You guys can do it that night, I don't care.
Well, I already set it aside, so.
This Thursday, the first zoning workshop, but I don't have it, I don't think I did.
But we might be doing interviews before that too, right? If the 28th is fine with you, that's fine. You guys are kind of planning on being here anyways, with me.
That's okay, it's already watered out.
We can do it that night, get it done with.
This will be done in your office. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I say, if we can read it ahead of time and have notes and everything, we can get it done. Quick. Okay, so 28th at 7? Okay.
Who can send us a copy?
Copy or?
You got it.
You got that.
No, I don't know those, it's gonna have problems. I don't know. That's the one.
I swear I need it back.
We were talking about that, I know, and then I got one.
Tonight.
Just put it-
Yeah, we can make you guys a
I
copy
don't, what
or
you have though, because there's different dates on them, because even Kaylee's got a different date.
she's got, I can have her print up a copy, because she's got the most recent copy on her computer, Darlene.
Yeah.
So the most
I
recent
just
copy.
got one, they just gave me the updated.
Oh, so you got the
one, so
most,
it
you got
should
the most
be-
recent
The one
one?
I have should be the
Okay,
most updated.
okay,
I'll make copies.
okay.
Do you need one?
Probably be good to get that.
Okay.
Mine's all,
Got one.
I read through mine already.
Alright, I'll do that before I leave.
Okay. Is there any other thing then?
And then just so everybody,
Oh.
job descriptions,
Hold on.
I got 3 back. So what I did was I printed, we got them all off the county website, made copies of them, and handed them out to everybody. Everybody in the county.
Okay, requesting town board resolution to enter into an executive session for the medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation on matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular
Got one
person.
more question. Got more.
Okay.
Move to that. Roof.
I called
25 grand.
Albert Davis 4 times, Randy gave me a phone number, I called that twice. I called Upstate Roofing today and haven't gotten the answer from them yet either. So, yes, I have been trying and
That's
called
for
numerous
the-
times.
History one or this one?
This one,
This one.
Okay.
person or corporation.
From a,
Yeah.
right,
Yes.
roll call, yeah, garbage,
Yes.
Just the
That's it.
building,
8,
First one.
8.